This is a brief look back at Harvest 21. We'll remember it as a vintage year. Weather was super, yields were good, most importantly, grain quality was spectacular. We started in July with our winter barley. This went well, weather conditions were great, and we got some great crops. But then we moved on to our spring sown crops in August. First up was our pot still barley. This particular field is a variety of Erigal, a 2-row spring sown crop which we planted back in March. We're very happy with the yield, but more importantly, the bushel was very high, 66 kg per hectolitre, and protein levels were very low at less than 9%. Absolutely excellent barley for making pot still whiskey. Excellent in terms of both extract efficiency and hopefully, we believe, a bit of flavour and terroir. For us and for most of our friends and neighbours, this year's spring barley harvest was really excellent. We were thrilled with the weather. We got long days, we got very little rain. Harvesting conditions were perfect. It meant that we got our grain off at low moistures and great quality. We also had time to protect our straw and bale it for use later on in the season. Next up for harvest was our rye. This had been sown in September 2020, but was ready for harvest around about the same time as our spring barley.
James.
Cut her back. Oh, you're going to record this as well?
Yeah, go on, let's give it a shot.
I don't like talking about another man's company. Like, that's there's certain things. Clarkson's farm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's very good.
It is very good.
Well, simple enough really. You have your cutter bar at the front. Here, sharp knife, which basically will cut it. And then the auger then feeds it into the feeder house, which is on the neck of the combine. You can see it goes off the middle, off through here, off the feeder house, and then inside here. Inside here you have your drum, which is what breaks down the head of the grain, separates the grain from the head. And then from here up then you have the straw walkers, which moves the straw back the combine. And then underneath you have a fan, which then blows air through it to separate the grain and the straw. And the grain will fall down to the bottom. You have then the sieves on the back. Back here back, comes out the back of the combine, and then the straw will then feed off and drop down the back.
We planted this in a field close to the farmyard so we could keep an eye on it and make sure that it got the attention it needed during the growing season. Rye is a tricky crop to grow. It does take a lot of management, but it's very rewarding because it's very responsive to different crop inputs and different environmental stresses throughout the year. It really gives you a good idea about how it's performing. We were very happy with how the rye yielded. It yielded very large plump grains full of starch, which are going to be excellent in distilleries, and also give us a lot of straw which we can use for animal bedding and other purposes. Overall, the rye was something we were thrilled with. It's something that we look forward to growing again other years, and it has become a really important part of both our crop rotation and our product portfolio for our distilling customers.